Hello everyone, it's Dominic here from Esports News UK. I've got some very special guests today. We're talking about a Pancake Day special charity day. Now, we're going to be raising money for these amazing initiatives, but there's also some amazing prizes up for grabs as well. Some gaming monitors from Aegon by AOC. So stay tuned, keep watching this interview and we'll come on to some of those bits and how you can get onto them in the end. So first of all, I'd love to ask you guys to introduce yourselves, Jess and Johnny, what you do and a bit about TheRockinR, and then Mark, a little bit about yourself and special effect, please.
Amazing. I'll let you lead.
So my name's Johnny Myrie.
I'm Jess. Hello.
And this is my daughter Jess. We sadly in 2018 we lost my son Jesse's brother to a brain tumor, and Reese was a massively avid gamer, loved gaming, obsessed with gaming and stuff and what have you. And throughout his hospital visits, he sort of there was some sort of gaming in hospitals. But there wasn't a great deal, and it certainly wasn't any that you could bring to the bedside where kids could interact, and there wasn't the, where siblings, because I'm a big believer that, in hospital, it's probably not just the child, it could be siblings, parents, all these are people who are affected, spending time in any sort of hospital. Sadly, Reese passed away due to the brain tumor in 2018 in March, and
11 years old.
11 years old. TheRockinR, which is the name of the charity and everything, was Reese's online game tag. So we never changed anything. We just did it. And being a daft kid from up north, I thought, could I at least make a little bit of difference to some kids in hospital? Never realised how big it would get or how over the vastness of it. And basically we got some funding to start. We put a few of these gaming carts in, and then what happened, it just snowballed. We had so many people fundraising for us. We have the NHS who actually now all their fundraising comes as well and stuff to us for it. We certainly got a lot of Captain Tom's money when they did that went to the NHS, and the NHS like distributed that out.
Yes.
So now, from what was probably just a good idea, and for Reese's legacy, definitely, we're now nearly 500 gaming carts into
Wow.
hospitals all over, Scotland, Ireland, yeah, everywhere. Yeah, we can go to Qatar, we can go to New Zealand, but the thing is, it's just me and Jess. So we get so many questions. Where's your warehouse? Where's all this stuff? Where's it in? It's just me and Jess. Yeah, just from home. We have an outbuilding that builds the carts, all the stuff that comes in from the States and Europe. We have some container facilities and stuff. So that's it. It's really, it is very, very small. I think when people look at it and they look at the website and they look at sort of what it's achieved, it is amazing, but it still is.
People forget that it's just us two.
It's just me and Jess, yeah. So
Interesting. Are you full time? Do you do that full time or?
we are just about. Sadly, I mean, the story gets a little bit deeper, which I don't always. It's not something I always share, but it puts it into perspective. In 21, my wife's 25 years, which Carol and Jesse's mum, it just all become too much for Carol, and sadly, she took her life.
Oh no.
So, like, we in 3 years of each other, we lost Reese, and then we lost sort of the everybody who gave us a good kick up the backside and kept us on the straight and narrow. Carol sadly took her life and passed away. So we were, I don't know, me and Jess had a good thing.
Came to a point, didn't we? We thought, shall we continue with this? Is it done now, or do we just dig our heels in and push harder? And chose the latter, didn't we?
Yeah, we sort of got on, and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger. There is no doubt.
I think we're at nearly 100 carts at that point, and we're at nearly 500 now.
Yeah,
so
I think it's but it was a sort of that pendulum point. So should we carry on with this? Is this a good thing or is it not? Obviously, it was a good thing, but it was just so hard. It was so hard. Seeing as when we founded it, Carol were a massive part of deliveries and she were there on all the photographs and stuff, and then all of a sudden she wasn't there.
The play specialists were like, "Where's Carol?" And we're like, "Oh."
you know, it was difficult and so many questions of why, how, what, you know, is, you know, but like I say, but yeah, so sort of 3 year later, you know, we plod on. I'm not saying any of us have an easy time, definitely not, you
I
know.
don't know where we'd be without the charity. I do think that it has sort of aided some kind of healing along the way. To be able to speak about Reese every day, every time we put in one of these gaming carts, is very meaningful. It's
It is,
nice.
yeah.
It's Reese's legacy, so
Well, you
Yeah.
everyone
know,
gets a piece of
it's
Reese.
sort of, you know, I make no doubts, you know, I get out of bed some days and I look at my shoes for half an hour before I put them on. But as long as I do put them on, we're good. We can keep going and stuff and what have you. So yeah, it has. It's been hard. It still is hard. I'm not, you know, I'm not that type of guy to say it's not. It still is difficult. But like Jesse says, you know, every cart that goes in, just that little bit more, just that little bit more. That text we get, that WhatsApp we get, that Facebook remark,
Or a
that
happy child, or a
yeah,
parent
social
sending us a
media. You
photo.
know, you don't know the difference you made to my, you know, child spending that time in hospital. And we do know what difference it is because, you
It
know,
wasn't there for Reese, yeah.
I was that dad sat there in that hospital for them length of times, you know, thinking. I mean, even like due to plug into a podcast,
Or listen to Spotify, or
you know, Spotify or something like that. The Xbox has got on where you could plug into that, have that facility or whatever. You know, just to take your mind off things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes such a difference. But yeah, it's we. I always think for some reason I always you know have a massive imposter syndrome, huge, and I think that's probably perfectly natural to have. Um, I always think, you know, when does this stop? And then we get more orders, and then something like this. I'm chatting to you now, which is like for us amazing, you know, and we're sponsored heavily by Philips and AOC and stuff, and all these. They just literally I have to pinch myself. That's how it feels. Yeah, you know, days I have to pinch myself and go, wow, you know, amazing.
Well, I've got massive respect for you know, all of you, and I guess, you know, I don't have to say thank you for doing this because you're hearing that from the people that are using the carts and all of that stuff. But you know, thank you for what you're doing, and yeah, sorry, you know, it must have been just so difficult, and I can't imagine what that was like to go through. But you are doing a positive thing with this charity, right? And I'm hoping days like this Pancake Day special can raise awareness of what you do, generate more donations, and I feel, you know, um, I'm humbled to be a part of telling your story as well. So I do it in the best way I can. Um, we'll come back onto the TheRockinR in a second. Mark, we've left you there.
That's all right.
Please feel free to introduce yourself. And I know a few people watching this will be aware of special effects already, but for those who don't, please feel free to introduce.
Yeah, sure. I'm Mark. Work for the charity Special Effects, and I mean, what a story! Uh, I could listen to you two for hours just talking about it and the effect that you're having on people. Um, what resonates so I think with us as well is just the effect that gaming has with people and just how important it is to people's lives and I think, I suppose in a very complementary way, complementary way, as a compliment, what we're doing sort of complements what you're doing in terms that we're helping people with physical disabilities to access games. So it's kind of the bit between the controller and the person themselves. If they can't physically use a controller, we have teams of therapists that work one-to-one with people to work out custom setups which will allow them to play the games that they love, and it could be anything from eye gaze through to switches, chin control, foot control, voice control, or a mixture of all three or four. um, and and everybody we work with we sport for life because getting somebody gaming is such a wonderful thing to do, but if then their condition advances or things change or they can't use the latest console that comes out, our job's not done. So we're there to help them all the way through life and to game. Um, and I think it's it, our we started CEO of the charity started because he used to work for a charity that's helped young people in school to communicate, and they had severe disabilities. Stephen Hawking style. That really they used voice computers, and what he was finding is the parents were coming in and they were saying, great, you're helping my child to communicate, to be educated at school. What happens at 3:45 when they go home? They've got no friends, they can't communicate, they can't play, they can't interact. They're just sitting there watching whatever channel somebody puts on for them on the TV. So, and I think that's what video games gives us. It gives us an opportunity to level the playing field. We helped right in the beginning. We helped one lad who was 5, who had cerebral palsy, who had a few friends, and his friends used to come home to his house to play with him after school. But inevitably, what would happen? He'd sit in the lounge while they went out in the garden and played football. So by helping him to connect him with a setup that allows him to play FIFA, bang, he's one of the boys. And you can't put a value on that. It's just unbelievable. And that's expanded. Excuse me, expanded over the years, and now we're at the point where we're giving back to the gaming industry by helping developers and manufacturers make their products more accessible as well. So we just want to help people to game.
Mm. Yeah, that's great, Mark. And Johnny, I'm glad you said Philips as well, because I should have said at the start, this initiative is from TPV Cares, right? The social and environmental impact initiatives from the likes of Aegon by IOC. I just said Aegon by IOC at the start, but I should have said that as well. And I really like this initiative because it's this Pancake Day special. So people are going to be flipping pancakes, not making pancakes, I'm told, because it's going to be at the Platform Gaming Bar in Shoreditch on February 13th, 6 to 10 p.m. Because we can't there's not going to be ovens and all cookers and things like that there, but I'm told there will be, it'll be some kind of flipping competition. So tell us a bit about the day. Anyone can answer this, and how interested you are in it, and how people can get involved with it as well, because from what I understand, you don't have to turn up on the day as well. There are other ways to get involved.
I'm personally very excited for this one. Gaming bar events are super cool. But yeah, a little bit about the event. Like you said, it's 6 or 10 p.m. on Tuesday at Shoreditch, platform in Shoreditch. So there's a lot of giveaways happening. I know Clubs 386, one of the partners, are giving away an Aegon by AOC gaming monitor, which is really cool, and that's free to enter as well. So not everybody has to contribute in some way. They can literally just get the good stuff out of it. So you can register to play through a link that Philips and AOC have put out there, and you can also donate via a Just Giving page, I believe it is, if you can't attend on the day. So I'm personally really excited for it. We love opportunities to connect more with the gaming industry and the gaming community. A lot of what we do is very hospital, sort of clinical based, and a big part of the TheRockinR, and certainly the fun part, is all the gaming and the tech that surrounds it. So I'm really excited to meet you guys, to meet the venue staff, and of course to meet everybody that comes through the door and just share more about what we do.
Yeah.
I think for me, Mark, it's Mark and Dom basically. I just, like I say, I pinch myself often that I feel so honoured at times to be just even having these conversations. So just honoured, that people took interest, people have backed us. I feel so much like a middleman at times in this where yes, we build the carts, yes, we put them together, yes, we get in a van and we deliver them. But for me, the people who fundraise, the people who run a marathon, or the people who do a Tough Mudder or whatever, or all these charity events, although these people, drag themselves to these events, they're the people for me. They're the real heroes. It's not me. I'm just a middleman. I facilitate this. I make this happen, which is great, and I understand. We can't do it without. But that fundraising, I've met so many so many nice people along the way. You know, they've gone through so much hardship. Sometimes with a child herself, you know, they've been in hospital. They've played on a gaming cart,
Yeah.
and it's give them the incentive to go. You know, I'm going to run a marathon. What? You're going to what? Yeah, next year my son played on your gaming cart. I'm going to run a marathon, and I'm going to raise the money for you. And I'm so humbled for that. And stuff like these events, Phillips, what they do for us is unbelievable. They're so good to us.
Yeah.
Even you making time, Mark making time, to me, it's a dream come true. Really is. It's just, you know, like I said, I have to pinch myself that, you know, out of the, I'm not going to say a silly idea, but out of some idea that I just want to make a little legacy for my son, that basically we've gone, you know, we've come to this, which is amazing, just amazing, really.
Yeah, and I have to ask on your son's legacy as well. The TheRockinR, is that the R in that? Does that stand for Reese? What do you know?
Yes.
What? Tell us about that. What that means? That
The logo is very, very personal, mate. A lot of stuff with the charity is so personal. Like a lot of people, the R13, which is something we go on. So a lot of the T-shirts we have on the back are R13. Well, 13 was his favourite day. So Friday the 13th, he seemed to always get a special mention at school.
His lucky number.
So his lucky number and his lucky day. So we held on to that. There's some up on the logo. When Reese was poorly, unfortunately, Reese was diagnosed as sort of terminal, i.e., you know, they give him 12 months, he went 9. I personally never had the conversation with Reese that he would pass away. It's a conversation that I always avoided. Whether that's right or wrong, that's a different thing. But, you know, the conversations were like, Dad, I think I'm dying. I'm like, don't be so daft. You know, what am I going to do without you? You know, we always sort of pass this off. But the thumb up was, you know, are you okay, mate? And, you know, some days were dire.
It did get to a point as well where his speech and like this is where special effects sort of like the things that they do come in. Like he lost the use of his right arm, wasn't it? I think a couple of weeks before he died, and having something like a modified controller would have been incredible, just so he could keep gaming till the end of his days, because it just meant so much to him.
Yeah, and the like I say, the thumb up, it was just, how are you, mate? And in the direst of situations, he put his thumb up. Like, dude, that's a tough kid. You know, that's a tough kid. And kids are tough. Kids are tough. They keep a lot away from the parents. They don't bother the parents with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thumb up, the R13, the colours were his favourite colours. And exactly how the TheRockinR was, if you go on, I still play on Xbox now, PlayStation, whatever, you go on them, it's there, the TheRockinR exactly the same.
Right, okay. So do you play with his gamer tag?
Yeah, still. I mean, to the point, I don't know whether you can see this bedroom. It was Reese's bedroom. The office is Reese's bedroom. That's how personally all very much was. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was really, really personal, like every bit of it. And it meant so much to us. I think when we first started, we were really protective of it, you know. We just got to a point now where, you know, it's just, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, it was all very, very personal. The logo design, it wasn't just something that we like, oh, that looks cool, that we'll go with that, you know. There were a lot of meaning in it and stuff, and still today with everything we do, we sort of try to pass that story on. And
it's nice that you'll only ever deal with us because the stories come in straight.
I try to pass that story on to people as well, where some people, they have no hope. There's no hope. You know, a wise man once said to me, you know, hold on to hope, because it's all that you may have left. You know, and some people are like that, and it's, you know, even though we've lost Reese, we haven't, if that makes sense.
Because he's there in what you're doing, right? The office, the logo, the idea behind it.
Every day, you know what I mean? So I always say to people, you know, don't ever, you know, you may lose somebody, you just don't give up on hope. Just always, you know. And for us, every card we put in, every interaction, all this is amazing, this is thing. It's like a dream come true. It's like, dude, that's another one, you know. And especially when we, you know, liked when we went to Dublin, we'd not put any in Dublin. It was such a marker for us to do it. It was like, we've done that, you know. We got to Aberdeen eventually. We're like, wow, got to Aberdeen. You know, all these places. Every new hospital is like it's a new little challenge for us. It really is. It's like, yeah.
Reese said, tell him the bath story actually, just to round
So
it off.
I'll let Mark get a word in here.
Yeah,
after
sorry,
this.
Mark.
That's fine.
There's a lot of basically there's a lot of talk that I've never seen in photographs, and it's always Jesse. And one, Jesse's far better looking than me, so that's the first one, obviously. But 9 weeks into Reese's diagnosis, I had to put Reese in the bath. We were a little bit unsteady on his feet, and we put him in the bath. And our surname is Myrie, M-I-R-E-E. And out the blue, Reese said to me, "Do you know what, Dad?" I says, "Yes, mate, yeah." He says, I was sat on the edge of the bath. He says, "You know I'll be the Myrie who puts the name on the map." I'm like, what sort of comment's that? And I'm thinking, has somebody told him here? Has somebody been talking to him? You know, you might not make it out of this, Reese, you know, this illness, because I'd certainly never told him that, and his mum had never told him, and anybody else. And I said, "How do you mean, Reese? How do you mean? Why would you say that?" He says, "No, I'm just saying, Dad. Just saying." He says, "I will be the Myrie that puts the name on the map. It will be me." He says, "I do know one thing for sure, Dad." I says, "What's that?" He goes, "It won't be you." And ever since I held that to my heart, so I don't get in photos, because he said it won't be me.
Right, I see.
So now, like, people say, "Are you camera shy, Johnny?" I'm definitely not camera shy. It's like, "Are you getting in a photo?" I'm like, "No," because Reese, all those years ago, said, "Dad, it wouldn't be about you. It'd be about me."
So every new hospital we do, we put a new marker on sort of Reese's map, which is the first thing you see on our website. So that's always it.
So the map on the website is the first thing you see with all the markers. And we spent so much time with the web developers. No, this has to be right. This has to be right. Because it was so sentimental to us, you know, like he said he'd put his name on the map. And every one of those little pinpoints on that map is like, he did. He put his name on the map. He put his name on the map, you know. And every one we do where we, like a new one, that's another pin on the map, you know, because we've got some, you know, Great Ormond Street, Birmingham Children's. I think they're 50, 60 carts each them now. Obviously, these are big children's hospitals, so, you know, they can facilitate that. But yeah, it's always cool. And that's the reason why. It's not, I'm not camera shy. I'm not scared of cameras. I'm not wanted on Crime Watch. Definitely not. You know, all these things. It's definitely not. It's just, that is what Reese said, and I've always held it to my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like an honourable thing to do, if that makes sense.
100%. Thanks so much for, you know, sharing the story and expanding on that. And Mark, I'll come to you. Are you looking forward to the day? Maybe you could tell us about your pancake flipping skills, how you'd rate yourself out of 10, maybe.
Oof. I'll tell you what. When I was young, I used to make pancakes and put food colouring dyes in, because I knew they'd taste the same, but the rest of the family wouldn't want to eat them. So I had these green pancakes. But no, not particularly good. I'm really looking forward to being there on the day, because I think, as the guys say, it gives us an opportunity just to be there and meet people that we wouldn't otherwise meet. And you're absolutely right. Just the gaming bar environments are so wonderful, and you know, thanks so much for Philips TVB Cares for facilitating this. We do in our department. We're still utterly grateful for any help that people gives us, because it just means we can carry on doing what we do. So we'll be bringing I'll be bringing over hopefully some I'm looking at maybe some chin and foot controlled Mario Kart or something like that, which for people to try out, just to give people an idea of the kind of sort of setups that we do. But I think, as you said, it's all about the stories, and it's all about the personal stories that the people we help and the people that you've helped, and your personal story as well. Those are the things that matter, and those are the things that we can really impact on.
Yeah, 100%. And you mentioned Mario Kart there, so I'll just before I ask you about your pancake skills and maybe favourite pancakes at the RockinR, there are a bunch of prizes on the night. There's a Mario Kart tournament, there's a raffle, there's several monitors to be won, thanks to Aegon by OC, because I've got a separate monitor competition on the Esports News UK socials, which will be a retweet to enter. I'll try to remember to put all these links in the description. The Just Giving page, the sign up to the event page, the monitor competition. I know times are tough out there at the moment. It's still the start of the year, but anything you can give to these absolutely amazing UK-based gaming charities, I'm sure would be greatly appreciated, and I'm happy to do my part as well. There's pizzas there on the night as well, I'm told, and it's going to be a mix of industry and the gaming community. So I'm really excited to be going there. Of course, there'll be the Pancake Day contest. I'm told it's £5 a person or a donation of your choice to enter as well. And there's the 32-inch gaming monitor. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm really excited about it. So over to you, Jess and Johnny. What's your favourite pancake, and how would you rate your skills? Maybe what was Reese's favourite pancake, if you can remember back to that.
I love like a fluffy American pancake with maple syrup and crispy bacon. That's my personal favourite. My mum always had a really good recipe for those that she used to make sometimes, like on a Sunday, and that was one of my sort of favourite pastimes. I think Reese got fully involved with those pancakes as well. Do love a savoury pancake, but I think I'm a sweet kind of gal.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for pancakes. I really am. It's going to be good. I think there's a pancake stall as well. XMA, one of the sponsors, they've sponsored for a pancake stall to be there. So we're going to get flipping, see who wins.
Oh, great. Okay. Excellent. And yourself, Johnny?
I think, unfortunately, though, I've got to an age, if I look at a pancake, I put a stone on. So I'm one of these, I try to keep in shape. So, just the thought of looking at a pancake, but that doesn't mean I won't indulge on the night. You know what I mean? Definitely, for sure. But I'm not the greatest, but I just definitely do like a pancake. There's no doubt of that.
What about you, Dom?
Well, I was just going to say, actually, I like pancakes that aren't burnt. Because shout out to myself, I do burn them a little bit sometimes, but if I don't burn them, then I'll just put a bit of chocolate spread on there, or just keep it simple without the chocolate, just a bit of sugar or something. And I'm sure my kids are going to be excited about that. But it's I'm like you, Johnny. I don't want to, just eat pancakes and all of that stuff. So But is there anything else any of you would like to add? I know we're coming up to about the sort of 25-30 minute mark. Anything else you'd like to add? Or that I might have missed.
Oh, sorry, Matt, go on.
No, but I think I'd just like to say thank you again for this opportunity for it's the monitors have made a real difference for us. They've helped us out in so many ways, not only here in the office, but also with the people we help as well. And it's those kind of things, those kind of donations that really sort of make the difference, that help us over the line. And thank you so much for doing this for us.
Yeah, I echo that as well. Thanks to TPV Cares, Aegon by OC, do a lot of input into the community, and charity initiatives like this, I'd say, are the most important initiatives as well. Anything else from yourselves, Jess and Johnny? Any final words?
I was going to say, just sorry for the snoring. We have a pug, and he's literally in.
Do you? I couldn't hear it.
So sorry about that. Go on.
Again, so grateful. Like I say, I did. When we started this, I said every day I have to pinch myself, and I feel I'm so humbly grateful for everything what everybody does. I feel so much like a middleman at times, where we facilitate something and it's everybody's hard work. Your hard work, Philip's been amazing. Me personally, I get on so well with Philip's. I won't even just say it's on a business level, as a personal, I can message, some of the guys from Philip's on a personal level and stuff and what have you. They've just been so good to us. And just thank you to everybody really who supports us, who takes interest, who likes the social media posts and that. And like I say, we've sort of struggled a little bit with the gaming community, where we've never, in the NHS we're huge. You mentioned TheRockinR in the NHS, is like they know who we are, definitely. In the gaming industry, it's not so much. It's not something we've done so much of. We did go to Cologne, we did go to Gamescom, and made a massive impact there. but obviously you've got a lot of German people who ain't going to do a lot for a UK charity because it's not actually going to benefit the German hospitals, obviously. Although we did do very well over there, you know what I mean? We did, you know, with open arms, it were really good. So we've not really done a lot with the gaming industry, and sort of this year we sort of said, you know, if we could get into the gaming, and we could work along, you know, charities like Special Effects, people, you know, esports teams. I mean, one of my dreams, it would be a dream, probably a long way off, but you know, to have a RockinR esports team or something like that, a bit, wow, dude, probably bring a tear to my eye, would that, for sure. Yeah, I'd love that.
Have some cool jerseys.
I'd love that for sure. Yeah.
Well, anyone listening to this, you know, I know you were saying, you know, you're more well known in the NHS rather than the gaming community. Hopefully, after this interview, you'll be more well known in the UK esports space, which is my world. So anyone watching this, any team owners or you know, anyone else involved in esports that could maybe do something with the TheRockinR, please reach out to them or reach out to me, and I'm sure I can pass on the information. But you know, I'm sure it will just be onwards and upwards for you for both charities. You know, I've seen Special Effect do a lot of good things, but I just want to say thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it. To anyone watching this, please come down to Pancake Day special. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you can't make it, there are other ways you can get involved. There's the monitor competition link I'll put below, the Just Giving link. Please give what you can, because these charities are incredible, and we just want to wish you all the best of luck on your journeys in the future as well, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you.